Welcome back to Cindy Selections. As always, I'm Kendra, she's Cindy, and for this episode, we're going to do a little different vibe.
We usually will recommend a list of books for you to check out, but this time we're going to discuss one that we previously recommended, and the title is American Marriage by
Tayari Jones.
Okay, so this book is really amazing. I actually listened to it, and I believe you did too, Kendra.
I did too, I did.
We listened to it on audio, and it's a story of a young couple who are newlyweds, and due to an unfortunate incident, the husband is arrested and sent away to prison and given a 12-year sentence.
And so it picks up and they're trying to not rekindle their love, but like start their life, but he gets arrested, and so she goes to see him, the wife goes to see him, they write letters, but their relationship is greatly affected and impacted by his incarceration. And so Cindy likes to think that, was love interrupted, or were they already, from two different worlds?
Yeah, Roy actually comes from a very small town. The characters are Roy and Celestial. So Roy comes from a very small town. She is from the big city, Atlanta. She comes from an affluent family. They have money. She has a business. She creates dolls. He wants to start a business. He wants to have a home for their own. Her parents gave her a home, and it was only deeded to her. He was trying to get their business off the ground because he wanted to be able to be the supporter in the family. This book is impacted. It's a short read or a short listen, but there are so many levels of things that you have to kind of pick apart. There's colorism, there's classism,
yes.
There's step parents, there's secrets, and how it all kind of comes together is really, really interesting. I really enjoyed the book. As Kendra says, I kind of look at it as love interrupted, but were they really in love with each other given the circumstances that they were already had bringing into the marriage?
Right, and I tend to think that it was interrupted, right? So I feel like if he had not been arrested, I think that they probably would have made it work. I think maybe some of the secrets may not have come out,
right,
or they wouldn't have come out in the way that they did.
Yeah.
I think she has to go through a very traumatic event. I don't really want to say too much about it, but if he hadn't gone to prison, I don't think she would have gone through with it.
Right.
And I think maybe that could have been something to help their relationship or make it stronger.
Yep. They, basically they're building blocks.
Yeah.
They're building blocks
Yeah.
to actually to start their solid foundation for their marriage, even though there was these other things that were kind of on the outside,
Right.
trying to.
There are the forces that were
Yes.
trying to play, that were impacting their relationship.
Right.
I think they could have it would have been an issue, but it would have been something to not tear them apart. They
Right.
would have probably still remained together.
Yeah, and another issue that we're talking about, because he does get incarcerated, is this whole idea of our justice system and how fair it is or isn't towards people of color. Because what he's accused of, there's really not a lot of evidence.
It's like eyewitness testimony or eyewitness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
his
So
word
there's-
against he said, she said.
Exactly.
And again, love interrupted because of the justice system, love interrupted because of the classism, because of the colorism.
Yeah.
Roy's parents really are not crazy about him going and attending the big college. He goes to Morehouse, I believe, and she goes to Spelman.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
The other thing that I like to think about is like, if I was celestial, right? Like, would I stay in that marriage? Like, spoiler alert, they get a divorce, right? Would you wait for your loved one? Like, if they're in prison, if they're incarcerated?
That's a tough one. I know people who have been in that situation, and I think it's very old school ways of thinking. I'm going to stand by my man.
Yeah.
And they did, but it came at a great cost. It came
That's
at
a huge sacrifice.
Yes, it came at a huge cost because she became the single parent. She became the sole provider. She would do those visits and she would struggle with, do I take the children? Do I leave the children at home? And then still trying to hang on. And kind of like in the book, unfortunately at the end it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
It didn't work out, and it was very sad because they had a beautiful family, and again, because unusual circumstances.
It basically, it tore it apart before it even really began.
Yeah.
But yeah, that, to be willing to wait for someone in that situation. And I don't think she knew he was gonna get 12 years. I think he got longer than that, but the defense attorney got him out early.
Right.
So after 12 years, so you know, that's a lot can happen
Yeah.
in that amount of time.
And then, you know, there's a whole thing with the Celestial and her childhood friend, Dre, who she's leaning her, you know, shoulder on, and, you know.
Yeah, you know, that friend becomes more than a friend during your time of need or feeling vulnerable or feeling alone.
Exactly.
So yeah, those feelings grow into more feelings, and then next thing you know, you've got a whole other relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't intended.
Exactly.
It wasn't intended, and then so you're dealing with, you know, the book deals with, you know, a lot of feelings of guilt, a lot of feelings of, well, wait a minute, you know, I didn't ask for this to happen to me. You know, am I required to stick around? Am I required to still hang on? Because at the end of the day, and after all those years, they were no longer the same people.
Right. Well, after something like that happens, that's a big event that changes you, right?
Yes.
It changes your whole, you know, outlook on life. And are you willing to wait for that person? Or are you, you know, like, hey, you know what? And then as Roy, if you were in Roy's position, would you tell the other person, don't wait for me?
Yeah.
Because for me, I don't know if I would probably tell the other person, like, go on with your life.
Yeah.
Don't wait for me. Because that's a lot to ask someone.
It's a
to
big
do.
ask.
It's a big ask. Yeah.
It is. I mean, then you look at levels of, you know, well, wait a minute, I love this woman. I don't want to lose this woman. You know, there was, I saw selfish aspects on both their parts.
Okay.
I did. And I was just like, but, you know, the human condition, like, is it really reasonable to think that you could wait this long for someone?
That's what I mean. Like, I almost wanted Roy to just be like, go. Don't, like, if you know, he really loved her, you really love someone, you don't want to see them hurt or want to see them in pain.
Right.
So, I don't know, I tend to think that I would, you know, try to push that person away.
But then you get that other side, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here because, you know, I've certainly never been incarcerated, but if that's the only thing you have to hold on to survive in, you know, such a horrible situation, knowing that you were innocent, knowing that, you know, your life was just ripped apart, blown apart, you know.
How long do you let
that
other person know?
I know, it's so hard, you know.
Yeah.
You know, if you're hoping that, you know, maybe you can get an appeal, maybe, you know, things can turn around, and then time is just dragging and dragging. So yes, at a certain point, you should have said, I need to let you go, but still at the same time understanding that was his hope.
Yeah, I guess
having to hang on to something, having some kind of hope, because I believe his mom died while he's in prison.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot going on in the book. Like Cindy said, it's a lot to unpack, and it's available for checkout. Audiobook. It's a great listen. It's a great read. Definitely check it out and have your own book discussions at your house or with your family members.
Or better yet, after you do that, our post will be up for a while. We'd love to hear some feedback. What do you think? How would you feel? Would you wait? There's just so much, like she says, to unpack.
Yeah.
Definitely check it out and share your opinions with us, because we would really love to know.
That's right. Thanks for tuning in this week. We'll see you next time.
Yes, bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.